Look at these three Dubai areas. Do you know what they have in common? Their best days are behind them. Now, the list of the highest ROI potential areas is completely different. So today, I'll reveal 6 of them based on facts and data, starting with the best beachfront area. Since 2025, prices in Blue Waters grew by 181%, in Palm Jumeirah by 147%, and in the Mar beachfront by 63%. Now all of them are quite developed, so the next best beachfront area is a different area. It's an early stage community, none of the residential buildings have been built yet, so this is the best time to invest. However, unlike other early areas, many things are already in place, like a long beachfront that is already fully operational, 3 hotels, yacht marinas, and some coffee shops, and there is lots more planned. This area is going to become the next huge tourist destination. First, the beach here is special. It's a 21-kilometer long beach with open waters. This place is a bay, which ensures good water circulation and improves the imperfections that the Palm Jumeirah has. Second, there will be a huge mall. Its size will be comparable to Dubai Mall. Third, the master plan includes 86 hotels. That's 2 times as much as Palm Jumeirah has. Fourth, they're planning to build mega attractions in and near the area. One example is Seaside Golf Course, another is a huge artificial reef with corals and exotic fish, perfect for scuba diving and snorkeling. This area is Dubai Islands, one of the most popular communities among our clients, and if you want to find out if it's a good fit for your goals, our contacts are in the description. Besides all of the things we just discussed, there are 2 main reasons why serious investors are betting in this area. First, it's scarcity. Out of more than 800,000 units in Dubai, only 35,000 are beachfront properties. So they're around 4% of the supply, and getting a highly desired and low supply type of unit is the best thing you can do investment-wise. Second, growth. Even over the last 6 to 12 months, prices have grown significantly. Here's the chart with the price per square foot charged by one of the developers in this area. They grew by over 20% in about a year, and this trend will continue. Every new project will be launched at a higher price, so investors entering now will benefit from this growth. Third, the price level. The prices here are the lowest in Dubai for waterfront properties. Here's the price per square foot comparison for one of the boutique projects with a private beach on Dubai Islands versus Ellington Beach House on Palm Jumeirah. This difference is a long-term growth potential this project is expected to achieve. Now let's talk about this project a bit, because it ticks all the boxes for an exceptional investment. First, it's an Island B, which is ideal. Island B will be more exclusive. According to the master plan, the big part of the island will be occupied by villas, and there'll be around 6,000 units in total, villas and apartments included. That's 5 times fewer compared to Island A. Also, it's further from the flight path, so airplanes passing above Island A until the XB airport moves operations to Al Maktoum won't bother the residents. Second, it's a boutique project with just 100 units, which means you'll have leverage, have less competition, and be able to sell it with a higher premium. Third, the building has direct, private beach access. As I told you, beachfront properties are scarce, just 4% of the supply in Dubai, but ones with a private beach access, there are just a handful of them. Fourth, it faces the bay with panoramic golf course views. There are almost no other residential buildings on the island with that feature, and most likely there will never be, because this plot will be surrounded by hotels. And that's the point number 5. Right next to the project is the plot of Rixos, a luxury hotel brand. That's a huge advantage for Airbnb rentals, because it instantly indicates that the property location is awesome for tourists. Prices start here from around $670,000 US, and of all of the available unit types, 2 will perform best. If you want to know which units I'm talking about and generally get more detailed information about this project, check out a video we made about it. Dubai Islands is the top waterfront area for investment right now, but there is another area at the opposite side of the city that will grow for a completely different reason. Area number 2 is Dubai South, but not what you think. When hearing Dubai South, many people think about the townhouses near the airport, but I'm talking about a completely different place in Dubai South, and I believe it'll perform better than the market at a much higher rate than anything else nearby. All because of Al Maktoum International Airport. Look at the map. Now it's just this area with 1 runway, but by 2032 it will be one of the biggest airports in the world. It will occupy all this area, will reach 150 million passengers annual capacity, and will take over the XB airport. All operations will move to Al Maktoum. As a result, it will create 500,000 new jobs across different sectors, and many of these people will need to live nearby. So if you can find a project that's affordable but still great quality, you've hit the jackpot. The place where such projects are expected is Dubai South Residential City. As you can see on the map, there aren't many buildings around yet. Apartments in this area are priced much lower than anywhere else in Dubai. The entry point is great right now, and I'll explain it on the example of Avenue 888. This is a complex of 5 mid-rise buildings with shared terraces, gardens, pools, gyms, coworking, etc. The neighboring projects are much simpler and don't have amenities like this. Prices start at $218,000 or 800,000 dirhams for one bedroom. In Dubai land, for this money, you can buy a good fully furnished studio. In MTS project, that will be around $191,000. In GVC, you could also get a studio. In a project by Benghazi, this would be around $200,000. And in Motor City, a studio in Iman's project is around $215,000. But let's see what a one bed would cost in other comparable projects. In Midtown, in Production City, there is a similar concept, and it's around 10-minute drive from Dubai South. A one bed there is $270,000. In Azizi Venice, also in Dubai South, a one bed is $300,000. And lastly, Mirdiv, which is right next to the DXB airport. So quite similar in terms of strategic location. The price for one bed there is $300,000. So a one bed in Avenue 888 is priced 25 to 35% lower than everything else on the market. And by handover, prices should match. And of course, the biggest growth will happen after the first phase of the airport is finished. So apartments in this area are kind of both, a short and long-term investment. You can resell at handover for a decent premium, but if you wait for 5 years, it will be much higher. If you're interested in projects that has growth potential like Avenue 888, get in touch with us. In case you don't know, I run a real estate advisory and brokerage firm in Dubai. We help affluent and high-net-worth individuals invest in UAE real estate. For all of our clients, we first put together a tailored shortlist of properties that match their objectives. Second, we narrow those down using data, financial analysis, and on-the-ground insights. Third, we help clients secure the strongest unit available. And finally, we handle renting it out or reselling it. All of our consultations are free. Just scan the QR code, click the link below, or send us a WhatsApp message to book one in. Next, let's look at an area with a super strong location. Its biggest strength is that academic city is just across the road. There are 27 universities and colleges there, and strong schools, all rated from good to outstanding. It's really well connected, and you can get downtown in around 25 minutes by car. And it's just 5 to 10 minutes away from an office hub nearby, which is another great area to invest in, and I'll talk about it in a few minutes. And soon, the Dubai Metro Blue Line will have a station in academic city. It'll be ready in 2029, and it makes the area we're talking about very attractive to working expats. The main downside of the area is that many ready buildings here are very simple. Lower than average quality in Dubai. Even though rental yields here have been great. The rent-to-price ratio for studios is 11% on average. Other sizes are also not bad, around 8.5 to 9%. So when the location is that strong, sooner or later major developers are starting to pay attention. And that's exactly what's happening here. The price growth since 2022 is 69%, compared to the market average of 30%, which looks really impressive at first glance. But keep in mind that this number is driven by the launch of new expensive projects. So for a more realistic example of growth, here are two projects that were completed in 2022. The first, Time 1, has grown by 43% between 2022 and 2025, and the second, Benghazi East, has grown by 40% in the same period, which is still really strong, about 1.3 times higher than the market average. This area is Dubai Land Residence Complex, or the LRC, and same as in Dubai South Residential City, I see the most potential in affordable, decent quality apartments. For example, there is a new project with studios priced from $155,000 to $170,000. That's much cheaper than similar projects in the Dubai Land Residence Complex, as you can see from this chart. And in general, that's the lowest entry ticket possible for a good investment in the current Dubai market. And now let's talk about the area I mentioned before. The one that's just 5 minutes away by car from Dubai Land Residence Complex. This area is one of Dubai's major areas with 100,000 square meters of office space. It's a tech-free zone, so a lot of space here is occupied by startups, coworking and corporate headquarters. So it has all the benefits as Dubai Land Residence Complex. But there is one huge infrastructure upgrade coming, and it will bring this area to another level. That's metro. Dubai government is investing $5.6 billion into a 30-kilometer line connecting different parts of the city with its existing metro routes. It aims to have carried 320,000 passengers by 2040, and it's planned to be ready by September 2029. And one of the stations will be in Silicon Oasis, the area we are talking about right now. With metro access, good road connectivity, walking distance access to offices, and being right next to Academic City, Silicon Oasis becomes a very high potential area. By the way, it already has strong rental demand and good returns. Rent-to-price ratios are typically between 8 and 10% depending on the apartment size. Plus, the area has grown quickly, around 50% since 2022, compared to 30% average in the wider Dubai market. Some strong developers are launching new projects here. One of them is Ellington. To give you an idea of the prices, one bed in their project, Ellington Hill Gate, is around $350,000. Two beds are $550,000, and three bedrooms are roughly $700,000. Right now, Silicon Oasis looks like this, but the next area we'll be talking about looks like this. I mean, there is nothing there, but quite soon it will be much more than just a desert. This area will be impossible to recognize. In a way, this community will be similar to two other areas in Dubai, Dubai Hills and Al Barari. By the way, both of them are growing great. Apartments in these areas have significantly outperformed the market. One of the reasons why they are growing fast is that they are green. And this is a really unique and attractive feature for Dubai. The new community we are talking about will be even greener. There'll be 35,000 trees and just 7,000 residential units. It's called Gulf Woods. Gulf Woods is developed by Majid Al Futtaim. This is the developer that built Mall of the Emirates, several hotel buildings around Middle East, including Kempinski and Sheraton, and developed Tilal Al Gulf, a big villa and townhouse community. Gulf Woods isn't just a unique concept. It's also well priced because the area is currently at the early stage. To give you an idea of growth potential, let's compare it to Al Barari. Apartments in Al Barari are priced at around $610 per square foot for ready properties. That's approximately 30% higher than in Gulf Woods. One-bedroom apartments in Al Barari rent for approximately $35,500 per year. We can estimate that a one-bedroom unit in the Gulf Woods will generate a similar rent once construction is completed. That gives us a rent-to-price ratio of around 7.7 to 8.7%, nearly double the Dubai market average. The current prices are $400,000 for a one-bed, $820,000 for a two-bed, and $1.3 million for a three-bed. And finally, let me tell you about the area that was right under our noses for a long time, but remained completely unnoticed by most of investors. This area has an awesome location. On the waterfront of Dubai Creek, close to a mall, just 12 minutes from downtown, and moreover, it has a metro station. The reason why it was commonly overlooked is that for many years it was mainly a leasehold area, meaning that only locals could fully own property there. But now, 330 plus have transitioned to freehold status, so there is a huge potential for foreign investors. This area is Al Jadaf, and now, when it's becoming a freehold area, it's rapidly developing. DEWA, Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, is building their new headquarters there. This will bring 3,000 new employees to the area, and I bet many of them will prefer living near work. Also, the new blue metro line will be connected to Al Jadaf metro station, which means that residents will be just one station away from Creek Harbor. Prominent developers are starting new projects. The two key names are Ellington and Bengadi. Bengadi is probably the main builder in the area right now, and they've already delivered Bengadi Gateway and Bengadi Avenue there. These projects gave investors a rent-to-price ratio of around 7.5 to 8%. For comparison, the average in Al Jadaf is 6.3%. They're launching a new building here in a great spot, 2 minutes from DEWA headquarters, between the canal and the metro station. Pricing starts at $365,000 for a one-bedroom, $490,000 for a two-bedroom, and $750,000 for a three-bedroom. So if you consider investing in Al Jadaf or any other areas we discussed today, drop us a message. But if you're still exploring, I recommend learning more about Dubai real estate developers. We made a video about the best ones. Check it out.